Hey everybody, Tanya back from Shooting Star SVG here, and today I am going to go through the big old difference between Corjl and Templett, which are two platforms for people to design templates that their end users can edit, and then they can download it and print it to their heart's content. So I'm going to go through pricing, what it's like as far as customer experience goes, some of the design features, and then I'm just going to cover usability really quickly. I find that a lot of people are trying to do a compare and contrast, and it's been difficult, so I thought I would make a quick video to kind of go through all of that. I am currently working on some blog posts to explain what Templett is, what Corjl is, and then a comparison post, so look for those on my blog in the future. And if you haven't already, please give me a like and subscribe below. That keeps me motivated to continue doing what I'm doing, but it also allows you to get notifications on new videos that I post that talk about passive income and how you can grow yours. So let's jump right in. I'm going to go in the order of Corjl and then Templett. So first we're going to talk about pricing, and the one nice thing I will say about Corjl is it does allow you to have a 7-day free trial, where Templett does not. That way you can kind of try before you buy. They also have a option to be billed annually, which means that you have a 20% discount on your base subscription prices. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going to go through the high, medium, and low subscription plans. That way you can understand the pricing, and if you need to, you can go check it out on their website to see for yourself. So as you can see, they state that 20% off with the annual billing options. If you know this is something that you're going to use for a year, then I would definitely recommend going ahead and paying for the annual subscription fee. Okay, so if you look right here, you have your low volume, and this is for people who are just starting out, right? And that's $9.99 a month. And with that, you have a 65-cent per transaction fee, which means every time you make a sale on your platform of choice, you'll be charged 65 cents from Corjl on top of your $9.99 a month subscription charge. Okay. The medium or mid-grade plan is $19.99 a month with a 45-cent transaction fee. And for the higher volume shops, the higher end is $49.99 per month with a 30-cent per transaction fee. Pretty decent pricing here as far as scalability goes. You don't get any extra features between the three, which I thought was kind of interesting because, as you will see in a second, Templett does have some additional features as you go up in subscription. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move over to Templett, and you can see that they just have 3 plans straight up. They do not have an option for annual billing. Their low-end starter plan is $9 a month with a 79-cent transaction fee. Okay, you do not have the ability to provide a customer demo. There's no related products that you can promote, no additional designer accounts, but you do have all the support that you need for you and your customers. Okay, this is good for people who are starting out. So you can see the difference here is literally 99 cents. All right. The essential or the mid-grade plan is $29 a month. This has a 49-cent per transaction fee. So you have everything that you would have in the starter, but you have the ability to provide a customer demo that is customized to whatever you are selling. Okay. And the difference between the mid-grades here is $10. As far as the professional goes, that's $99 per month with a 39-cent transaction fee. Here you're able to promote related products. You can add a designer to your account. So if you have employees or you have somebody else who's designing with you, you can add them to your account. And you can see that there is a large difference between the professional or high end on Templett versus Corjl. Okay, we're talking $99 versus $49. So it's a $50 difference per month, basically. And the transaction fees are actually higher on Template than they are on Corjl. So you need to take all these things into consideration when you're thinking about your pricing. Are these extra features here with the professional worth $50 extra to you? And if pricing is your main factor when you start out, then you definitely want to take that into consideration, okay? The low volume is pretty well the same. So maybe you want to start and do the low volume on both platforms and see which one works better for you, because there are different design features available depending on what company you go with, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close out of these pricing tabs because we don't need them anymore. And I just went ahead and did a quick Etsy search for Corjl invitation, and you can see that it came up with 26,000 results, almost 27,000 results. And that was specifically for invitation. I'm sure if I took invitation away, that it would be even more than that. So I just wanted to show you guys what that looked like. And then same thing for template invitation. We're looking at 52,000 results. So you can almost see that template has more end users just based off of that one search than Corjl does, okay? So for the purposes of this, I just wanted to show you some of the things that people are doing with these template editors, and it's actually really neat. You can see that the prices range depending on what's provided, level of detail, you know, things of that nature. So I wanted to go ahead and open up a couple of these just so you can see what they look like. And I actually have opened up the demo, and I'll get into those after I click. So I went ahead and I chose this movie night birthday invitation, and you can see that they have, you know, kind of a how it works picture with it, and they talk about, you know, this is editable and that you can try the demo. So I went ahead and plugged this into my browser so I could see what that's all about. And for the purposes of this one, I went ahead and clicked on the template casino night invitation, and same thing. It kind of just provides the try before you buy, and there's a link in here for you to look at the demo. So basically, as a customer, when you click on buy it now or add it to your cart or go through with your transaction, you get an email. And with both platforms, Template and Corjl, you have to create an account. And then when you log into your account, you're able to see all of the templates that you have purchased, not just that one at that one time. And then you can go ahead and edit it to how you see fit. Now, keep in mind that Template does not have the ability to utilize a phone editor, whereas Corjl does. You can edit these on your phone. You cannot edit template ones on your phone. You have to be in a web browser. So if that is important to you, then you definitely want to lean towards the Corjl side. I know a lot of people are kind of like on the go, and they really want to be able to edit things while they're sitting in their car or while their kids at soccer practice or whatever that might be. So if that is a deciding factor, then you want to make sure that you go with Corjl because they have phone editing capability. Template does not. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of these. And when you type in the demo link, and basically this is what you'll see when you are a customer. You'll see your template here. Okay. And you basically click on your template, and on the actual template itself, you can click, and depending on if things are locked or not, you can go ahead and edit. I forgot my hotkey was pause on here. You can go ahead and Control P. I went to go caps locks the P and it paused my screen recorder. Sorry about that. So you can go ahead and edit the text and see what it would look like based off of what is editable. And you can see that, you know, you can move this around as long as things aren't locked, okay? You can move things around as you see fit. And when you're designing, you have the ability to lock things or unlock things to let people, make it more their own. And you can change colors, based off of what you see or what you would like to see. Okay. So that's how the Corjl template works as a customer, as somebody who's purchasing a file. This is what they'll see. This is what they'll be able to do. This is what they'll be able to edit. Okay. So it's pretty basic stuff. For the most part, and you can add text boxes as a customer, and you can add new images if you would like to add more to what's already on there. But for the most part, when people purchase these files, they're just looking to edit the text, okay? As far as the template designer, same thing. You get an email link as a customer, you create your account, and you'll be able to click on your template, okay? And what I found, and you saw how long that took to load, right? Is that people, I wouldn't say complain, but they say that it does take a lot longer for template to load versus Corjl. So keep that in mind. And here, depending on what is locked and what is not locked, you can move everything around. And that's really dependent on what your designer has done. You do have the ability to lock a lot of these design files as a designer. But we're not talking about that. For the purposes of this, we're specifically talking about customer experience, right? So you can go in here and change this to, I did it again. You can go ahead and change this to like poker night if you want it to be that instead of casino. And, obviously, when you purchase a file, you won't have this demo in the background. This is strictly for, what you're going to get when you purchase the product, so you can see what it will look like and you can have that visualization, right? In here, you can duplicate objects as somebody who is editing a file. You can add text, you can add backgrounds, you can upload images, and really whatever your heart desires. And again, as a customer, they're not going to want to edit too much. Pretty much it's like, okay, I just want to edit some text, print my thing out, and I'm ready to rock. Okay, so that's how the customer experience works for both. One thing I will say that I've discovered with template versus Corjl, and I can't confirm nor deny this yet, is that template allows you as a designer to go into somebody's order and help them with their editing if they need it. So say that they're having trouble getting something placed the right way, or they move something and they don't know how to move it back, or anything as far as editing goes. You can go into their template that they've saved on the customer end, and as the designer, you can go in and help them. I don't believe that Corjl has those same usability features, so keep that in mind as well, okay? And now I'm just going to very quickly go through what a designer demo looks like. And this is what Corjl looks like when you're actually creating your design, okay? And this is what template looks like when you're creating your design. Now, obviously, I can't show you what it would look like on the phone for Corjl, but this is the browser comparison, okay? And you can work on multiple things at the same time. And you can for here too, depending on how many templates you have and what's going on. So again, when you're in designer mode for template, you have certain things that you can do. I mean, you have your text options, your background options, and your image options where you can upload whatever you need to create your files, okay? And again, you can move your images how you see fit. It does give you kind of like a color palette that goes with the clip art that you upload. You can add shadows. You can ungroup depending on what you're looking at. And for this, we don't want to do that. Although I did go ahead and ungroup them. I'm going to go ahead and group them back up. So, and then you can change the order of objects by bringing them backwards or forwards. You can duplicate objects if you need to. You can also go in and flip, and then you can lock, right? So when you lock something, you can't move it. It is unable to be moved. So if there's something on your template that you do not want the end user to move, you would have to lock it, okay? And then you can change the opacity as well, depending on what kind of effect you're looking for. And then again here, you do have some text effects. You are able to access the glyphs panel for your text if your font is an OTF and comes with additional text features. Excuse me. And then you can change the color, and you have your basic text editing stuff here. The only thing I did notice is that you do not have the ability to necessarily curve text in the design panel with template. I haven't figured out exactly how that works. So once I do, I'll let you know, but I know that Corjl, and you'll see this in a minute, does have that function, okay? So that's kind of like a quick background on how template works as far as the designer demo goes. And like I said, Corjl is a little bit more involved from what I can tell. It's a little bit more well organized, in my opinion, as far as the designer panel goes. You have images. You can upload images to My Images. There's shapes that you can utilize, basic shapes. You have all these different things. And then they have their fonts, right? So they have their their basic fonts. And then they also have, and I don't know if they're going to show it here. I'll click on Font Gallery. You could see it here. They actually have Creative Fabrica fonts, and these are blurred out. But if you pay $9.99 extra a month, you will get access to all of these Creative Fabrica fonts every month. And they have a license that allows you to do that. So just to show you some of the design features, I mean, it's pretty basic. You can see that you can change colors of images, and like I said, the text here is kind of nice because you have some different functions as far as strike through and all caps. You can change the leading and the orientation. But when you click on style text, you can add a drop shadow. Okay, you can add a stroke. You can add a stroke in both. You can add an outer glow, a gradient, and you can actually curve the text. So you don't have the ability to add a gradient, a curve, or an outer glow in template from what I could gather, okay? And when you do the curved, you can do an arc or you can do a circle. So that's a really cool feature that I didn't see on template anywhere. And again, with the styles here, you have the ability to lock or unlock layers, all right? So when I click on this cake, you can see that the pink glitter box is locked. I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. And now I can move this around, right? Whereas before, when it was locked, where did this box go? It was locked, okay? I couldn't move it, right? Unlocked. You should be able to move it or whatever you need to do. For some reason, they have everything locked, okay? When it's unlocked, you can move it, is what I'm getting at. I'm trying not to make this too long, right? So you can see that there's a lot of different features that you can change depending on what you're looking to do. I feel like personally Corjl is a little bit more powerful in terms of design function goes. But again, it all is dependent on what you're looking for in terms of customer usability and what you're looking to do. And this is like one of the backgrounds layers, and you can move that. And I've totally like destroyed this really pretty this really pretty template, but I just kind of wanted to show you some of the things that you have the ability to do. Same thing with the images. You can rotate things. You can change the saturation, the brightness, the contrast. Okay, and like you don't have that capability. So this is definitely more of a more powerful tool than template. And I'm sure a template, maybe you don't need all of these functions because the images you're uploading into your templates or adding into your templates are of your creation and they're already how you like them. But as a designer, it is kind of nice to have those extra features if you would like to use them or make certain things pop or, whatever it might be. So just keep that in mind when you're making your decision. Okay. So that's all I really have for the Corjl versus template demo. And I just wanted to drop another line for my YouTube channel. I have just launched a passive income bootcamp where you can start from the ground up and learn how to basically get your business off the ground. So if you're interested in taking a look, go ahead and, like I said, click like and subscribe below and go check these videos out because I think they'll be very useful for you. I just uploaded the first 5 lessons on the Passive Income Bootcamp video series. I have 5 more to go, and I'll be adding to that as things continue. But basically, I just wanted to provide everybody, a high-level overview of the differences between Corjl and Templett. I will say that, Corjl does also have the ability for your customers to create proofs for physical end products where Templett does not. And again, that one deciding factor was the design features for me, as well as the phone capability with Corjl, where Templett doesn't have that. The pricing is also a pretty decent factor as well. So just keep those things in mind. Feel free to head on over to my blog where you'll see the post about Templett, the post about Corjl, and then the comparison post. That will help you throw everything together if you don't want to go through this video again. And that's all I got for you guys. So I hope everybody has a great night, and I'll talk to you later.